Welcome back to This Might Be News. I'm your host, Miss Bull. That's my dirty laundry, and we're about to get into the new interview with Charlamagne the God and Kanye West. This is the first time Kanye has spoken since, well, it's been a while. Since the robbery, since the rant, since the falling out with Jay-Z, since just the hair dye. It's been a long time, and if you're like me, you may be over him and you may not agree with most of the things that come out of his mouth and most of the things he posts on Twitter, but you are interested to see what has been going on. I would say before I even start this review or reaction that this was shot beautifully. I love Charlamagne the God. I do think that he went super soft on Kanye. He wasn't controversial at all. I feel like he was more on his Oprah type time, you know, trying to give him, I guess, trying to give Kanye the space to really express himself and to let people know what has been going on uninterrupted. So I definitely understand that sort of from a journalistic aspect, but I do feel like he could have been more confrontational as far as challenging some of the thoughts that he was putting out or some of the answers that he gave that were just so far left. What do you mean, Ms. Bull? How far left? Take a look.
Slavery. Why don't you show us, put Michael Jordan on a $20 bill?
But Harriet Tubman was the...
Are we just throwing names out? Are we just throwing names out? And I feel like here Charlamagne really should have stepped up and been more, like, interject more so, especially because this is a moment as far as for Black people where there should be, I won't say there is none, there should be no disconnect as to how far we've come because of the people who were brave enough to put their life on the line. But you want to talk about sneakers, so let's get to that.
You didn't feel like being controlled.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny, like, my boy Tremaine tweeted, you know, a picture of me and Virgil, and he said Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. And all these people got mad. It's like...
And all these people got mad. And Charlamagne, I feel like, I don't know if they drug Charlamagne. Like, I feel like these are very, like, blatant comments that he's making that he should be interjecting. I mean, the shoe is great, but I'm talking about fighting for freedom. We're talking about not being killed because of what we look like. Your shoes are getting resold for hundreds of dollars, but I'm talking about allowing Black men and Black girls to go to school with white people and get an education so that they can have a better life, so that they can even afford your shoe. Let's talk about timeline. Let's talk about stuff that makes sense. Let's continue.
Can you compare them to that? Man, I know this is going to cause an uproar, but certain icons is just too far in the past and not relatable.
Yikes.
And that's what makes them safe.
Yikes. And this is what I don't know who you're bouncing these ideas off of. The people who've given me the freedom to live the life that I want without having to fear for my life, those people will never be outdated. Those people will never be forgotten. Those people will never be too far off. I need you to keep, yeah, I feel like so much of this interview made sense, but the parts that didn't really didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Charlamagne, because you're for the people and you know, we are with you 100%. I feel like, I don't know, again, I'm gonna just put it up to the fact that maybe they drugged you, you know, you went to LA, you know, you never know. Maybe they drugged you. But I feel like there were just certain parts where I really needed you to step up. And I really need you to interject some truth and to really challenge some of the things that he said. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like I didn't get that same energy, that same Breakfast Club energy when you want to go after people like these young rappers who really don't make sense. And they're not claiming to make sense, but you really stay silent of these moments where I felt like, my God, is your mic on? Were you talking and your mic was off? I don't know. What do y'all think? I feel like after watching this whole interview, and yes, I sat there for 2 hours to watch this whole interview. I thought it was important to watch it because it's going to be the topic of discussion. And I wanted to make sure that I had an unbiased view before, you know, reading what the blogs had to say or what the networks had to say. I wanted to make sure that I got to fully take in everything. What do y'all think? Am I being too deep? Maybe, you know, maybe I'm being a hater. Let me know. Comment below. Tag a friend. It's Miss Bull. It's This Might Be News. I'll see you very, very soon. Peace and love.